the hell did you do that for? Don't you just hate it when you're playing an arcade game and the controls malfunction and suddenly you do something you didn't want to do? Now, it doesn't happen on all games, but the Miyoo Mini, particularly with arcade games, seems quite prone to this. And on games like this, where a millisecond can sometimes make a heck of a lot of difference, like the difference between winning a game and, failing in the second level and whatnot, it's super annoying. So this affects things like Mr. Do here, it affects Pac-Man, it affects Paperboy as well. Paperboy on mine always drifts to the left or the right, it's really weird. So there is something we can do about this to make the D-pad a little bit less sensitive, because what's happening is I'm pressing right or left or up or down, and then it takes only the slightest amount of pressure applied to, get him to twitch and do something we don't want him to do. So we're going to look at how we can fix that. So we're going to switch the Miyoo off, turn him over, and then we're going to get into the battery cover. Battery cover on mine is super stiff, so I can't get it out like that. I have to use a tool to do it. And then we're going to take out the battery. The battery, as you can see, is held in there with a little pin. So we're just going to give that a little wiggle, and out it comes. That's our battery. That's our battery cover. Now we have 6 screws to remove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get in and do those. Now what we can do is we can pry our way in. We're going to take out the little SD card. Boop. And then we can just work our way under, in and out. It is snap shut, but not in any sort of firm, super serious way. The volume button and the power button there are separate, so they will drop off if we're not careful, so we have to keep an eye on those. Oh, there we go. And there's our power button. Lovely. Pop our case over there, and now we are into the inside, so as we come in here, we ping that little black bit just up like that, and now we can remove the ribbon. Start prying and then take these screws away here. First screw. And second screw. And there you have it, that's the inside of the Miyoo Mini. Now, our problem is here. This D-pad is very sensitive, so what we need to do is desensitize this pad a little bit. And the way you do that is you put a tiny square of electrical tape over these 4 conductors here. I've used sticky paper because I didn't have electrical tape. This works tolerably well. Electrical tape works even better because it actually properly insulates it, but this is going to make the D-pad a little bit less sensitive, which is what we want. So, stick your tape on, and then we reassemble. Now we need to reattach this little bit here, so it goes in like that, and then it slots in just a tiny amount. And then we fold the black strip down. Let's check and confirm we've gotten that right before we go any further. So we're going to pop our memory card back in. Like that. And we're going to pop our battery back in. Like that. Now, if we've gotten our screen working correctly, we should be able to power on. And we do, that's good. So we know that screen connector ribbon is working fine. And now we're going to reset our volume button. So it's got a little plus and minus. Plus goes at the top, minus goes at the bottom. Like that. That's how you want that looking. And then we have our little power button up at the top. There. And that's how you want that looking. Now we can take the shell and we're going to pop that back on. And we're going to start popping screws back in. We can reinsert our memory card. Like that. We reattach our battery, which goes in like that. And that all just clips in like that. Let's switch her on and confirm we've done everything right. Power lights on. Screen's booting up. Let's replace the back panel. There we go. The nice thing about this is you can make that little D of paper or electrical tape smaller or larger depending on how sensitive you want the D-pad to be. So it's completely customizable down to you and the sort of games you like to play. So I hope that was really useful for you. It certainly was for me. There's loads of stuff about this online. It's great community stuff. So thank you everyone for the tips that I've seen about this, and happy Miyoo Miniing everyone. Bye bye.